Peace family, what's going on? So just touching back on my other videos, man, I was talking to you guys about the experience with dealing with live stream, and I was talking about the future of success, the future of currency is at some point going to be the live stream avenue. But what people are doing on YouTube right now currently is what you're supposed to be doing. It's what is sustainable, what is more relatable, and it's what's, paying the bills for some people. But I'm someone that always, thinks ahead, you know what I'm saying? I've always been like that, I'm not trying to be like, no prophecy or nothing like that. But it's just things that you see, if you are truly paying attention, in the different lanes that are very similar to each other. And like I said, live streaming is one of those things, and I'm getting more acclimated into, being a part of that lane. For sure, I'm still, building YouTube and doing what I'm doing over here. And it has been a crazy experience. It's been a learning experience. Like I said, I still plan to be, full-time here. But at the same time, I'm actually, more excited and more involved into the live stream avenue. I might even do lives on YouTube, but it really depends, because I think we should keep everything separate, based on, the lane that you're trying to accomplish the most success in, if that makes sense. So, with many things being said, I feel that that's what I'm going to be doing, more times than none. So I might do, like one upload, on YouTube here and there. Probably maybe 2 or 3, I don't know. I understand that there's a special way you have to treat the algorithm with YouTube. Like you just can't post one thing and expect for the algorithm to push your content, because it don't work like that. I understand that you have to be very aggressive with YouTube. That's the only way. And understandably, for people that have been doing this for quite some time, they may not have to utilize that type of strategy, because their content is already built into the algorithm based on their channel. But for people that are, kind of starting out, really trying to get the momentum going, you have to be very aggressive. So I definitely encourage that. I've seen it, I understand what it's about, but like I said, I don't want to be, a slave to the algorithm. I want to be able to enjoy the process of, what I'm doing. I don't want to have to be uniform, in a sense where I have to provide content that only suits one avenue. I'm an intellectual, so I like to talk about many different things on a higher intellect, on a different basis, if that makes sense. So I cannot be stuck in the zone where I'm just going to talk about one thing because the algorithm feels that that's the necessary thing in order to be able to push my content. I'm not interested in that. What I am interested in is that people are able to accept the content that I'm creating on an intellectual basis, more so to help them grow if I can. That's always who I've always been. With many things being said, I'm, headed down that avenue right now. And I'm really excited, man. I see the difference between the two, like they're completely two different audiences. I'm currently trying to, get my, my momentum and stuff rolling on the live stream side on a different platform. So if you guys ever heard of a platform named kick.com, you guys follow me on kick.com. If you truly rock with me, if you do have you know, time to, you know, spend here and there on a live or two. I'm live streaming, I'm a live stream quite a bit, you know, in the day as I'm, you know, pushing my momentum, because I do believe that kick.com might have, you know, kind of like the same mechanism where if you do show up with your lives, you know, more times than not, then, you know, they may be pushing your stuff, you know, a little bit more aggressively than others, if that makes sense. So yeah, man, you guys follow me on kick.com/St. Nicholas brand, and we're gonna get it rolling on there, man. You know, it's pretty much gonna be just live streams of it every day, man. I mean, like I was saying in my other video, to be behind the scenes of people that you do already follow or subscribe to is different than watching a video that's not in real time. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, that imagine Fresh Prince, the sitcom, or Martin, the sitcom, or Jamie Foxx, the sitcom, or The Simpsons, the sitcom, and you get to be behind the scenes before they actually make that show and put it out. You get to see what the actors was doing, what they was drinking, where they was studying their script, you know, just exactly everything that you never got a chance to experience. That's what live stream is. And for the guys that started out early, they're really benefiting off of that on a monetary basis, like iShowSpeed, guys like DDG, you know, things like that, you know, guys like that. So with that being said, you know, I encourage you to take a look at it. I'm not saying to stop doing what you're doing. I'm not saying to stop building your, you know, your treasure, your platform, because I'm sure what you're doing is very important. But with that being said, guys, I appreciate you guys taking a listen to this video as I talk to you about my future endeavors. And once again, follow me at kick.com/St. Nicholas brand. And I'm going to talk to you guys very soon. I appreciate you guys. Talk to you soon. Peace.